This conference will now be recorded.
So the topics that we are going to cover is SAP overview and introduction to customer service model CS. Okay. So the topics that we are going to cover there, we will see what is ERP, why the ERP is required, enterprise resource planning tool is required, what are the various ERP products in the market. Okay. Then we will cover introduction to SAP. So here we will understand what is SAP, SAP applications, okay, and then SAP functional modules, different SAP functional modules, different SAP technical modules, and SAP implementation landscape, and then we will see introduction to customer service module. We will understand what is customer service module is all about, what are the functionalities offered in customer service module, okay, why we need to use the customer service module, uses of customer service module. So high level of what are the various business processes covered using customer service module. So those things we will discuss. Okay. So these are the topics we will be covering uh, in the today's session. Okay. So first we will start with introduction to ERP and why ERP is required. Okay. So first the basic question arises, why we need a ERP system? Why we need an ERP system? So to understand why we need an ERP system, we need to understand a typical business process happens in the manufacturing industries. Suppose let's say a customer approaches for a particular product with the sales department. They approaches the sales department for a particular product. Okay, then so the customer approaches the sales department to buy a particular product. Okay, then the sales department the sales department approaches the production planning department, sorry, approaches the inventory department to check the availability of the product first. Okay, so let's say if the product is out of stock, if the product is out of stock, okay, if the product is out of stock, then what the sales team will do is sales team will approach the production planning department to manufacture the product. Okay, now the production planning team checks for the inventory of the raw materials, for the inventory of raw materials with the inventory department. They will again contact inventory department to check the inventory of the raw materials which are required to produce the product. Okay, let's say if the raw materials are not available, if the raw materials are not, then planning department will purchase those raw materials from the vendors. So the procurement happens. Okay, then once all the raw materials are purchased, then the planning department forwards those raw materials to the actual shop floor team for the manufacturing activity, shop floor execution. Okay, now once the shop floor execution team manufactures the product, if the once the product is ready, they will forward the manufactured product to the sales department, okay, to deliver that product to the customer. Okay, now the this production planning department, what they does is they will update the finance department, with the payments made to the vendors for the raw materials they purchased. Okay, at the same time the sales department updates the finance department with the revenue generated after selling the product, after sales of the product. Okay, and now all the departments within the company, what they does is they reach the human resource department, HR department, for any human resources related issue. So this is the typical business process of any company normally. Okay, so from this typical business process, what we understood is The key observations are a typical enterprise or company has many departments or business units. So here you have many departments like sales department, inventory department, planning department, manufacturing department, HR department, finance department. You have all these departments. Okay. These departments or business units continuously communicate and exchange data with each other. That's what we just discussed. How they communicate with each other. Okay. For what activity we have understood already. Okay. The success of any organization lies in effective communication and data exchange within the departments as well as associated third parties such as vendors, outsources, and customers. So basically, there should be a effective communication and data exchange, data sharing between all these departments to have the proper data flow, proper communication for those things. Okay. So now, so to have this one, basically to have this flow, basically there are two types of enterprise software systems. Okay, so enterprise software systems can be classified into two types. One is decentralized systems, another one is centralized systems, also called as ERP. ERP. So first we will understand the problems with the decentralized system. Okay, decentralized system. So decentralized system, if the company is having decentralized system, in a company with decentralized system of data management, data is maintained locally at the individual departments. So here they will have their own systems, each department, and they will maintain their data in their individual systems. So suppose here if you see inventory management, inventory department will have their own system where they maintain their data. Planning department has their own data, own system. They will maintain their data in that system. Okay, so like this. Now another one is these departments do not have access to data of other departments or business units. Okay, so the particular department cannot have access to the data of the other department. So these are called decentralized systems. Okay, so now we will understand what is the problems with these decentralized systems. Suppose we will look at the same business process again. Suppose a customer approaches sales department to purchase a particular product. Okay, but this time on an urgent basis, he needs the product urgently. Now sales department doesn't have access to the data of the inventory department. Okay, now the sales department person cannot confirm to the customer immediately. So this will lead to the customer dissatisfaction. Okay, now let's say the product is out of stock, let's say. Okay, then the sales department approaches the planning department for the manufacturing of the product. But here the planning department doesn't have the access to the data of the inventory management department to check the stock of the raw materials. Okay, but let's say one raw material, the stock is available in the inventory, but in the production planning department system, in their system it shows as not available. Same raw material, in their system it shows as not available, and but in the inventory department system it shows as available. So as they cannot access the inventory department that system, they start purchasing it, assuming that the stock is not available. This will lead to excess purchase and excess stock, and it will increase in the increase in your raw material cost. Okay, now once the planning department purchases the raw materials, they will inform immediately to the shop floor team. The shop floor team doesn't have proper intimation of the planning, so they hire the contract labor with higher price. That will lead to your labor cost increase. Okay, now planning department, once they purchase the raw materials, they have to make the payment to the vendor. So let's say they forgot to inform the finance department, or there is a delay in informing to the finance department. Ultimately finance department could not make the payments to the vendors in time. So then you may face the legal action from the vendors. Okay, so these kind of things are some of the problems if you have decentralized systems. Okay, so the problems we identified is no real-time inventory information, loss of revenue, and customer dissatisfaction. Okay, as you are having many systems, your data maintenance cost goes up. Okay, and the databases may be out of sync. Okay, and the material and inventory cost goes up, as we just discussed. Okay, and labor cost also increases if you are trying to hire the labor in the last minute. Okay, and loss of reputation and facing the legal action. Okay, so these are the problems you are going to face if you have decentralized system. So to avoid all these things, you should have a real time, you should have a centralized system. But before that, so the problems with the decentralized is numerous disparate information systems are developed individually over time. That means you have many systems in your organization. Okay, integrating the data becomes time and money consuming. So as you have many systems, you have to integrate them. You have to integrate them for the data flow, which is time and money consuming. You have to spend a lot of money, and there is a chance of inconsistencies and duplication of data. So different systems are there, but they may not be in sync. Okay, and you have to maintain the same data in different system, duplication of the data. Okay, and lack of timely information leads to customer dissatisfaction, loss of revenue, and reputation. So once your customer is dissatisfied, he will go to another organization. So your revenue, you will be losing your revenue, and also the reputation also will become a problem. Okay, and also it will result to high inventory, material, and human resource cost. Okay, all these are the problems if you have decentralized. So to avoid all these problems, the solution is to have the centralized system, which is called ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning tool. Okay, so companies with centralized systems, ERP, in a company with centralized system of data management, data is maintained at a central location and is shared with various departments. So now all the data of all the departments will be stored in a single system, which is nothing but ERP. Okay, only you will have only one system. Okay, departments have access information data of other departments and business units. So now the as we have one system, the different departments can access, one department can access the data of the other department, like planning department can access the data of the warehouse department, inventory department. Sales department can access the data of the planning department. So they have access to their data basically. Okay, so now we will see the same business processes again if you have the centralized ERP system. Okay, so again, same, one customer approaches the sales department for a particular product. Now this time sales department have the access to the data of inventory department. So they will access the inventory department data and they will inform immediately to the customer. Okay, so there is a immediate confirmation to the customer. Okay, so now let's say the product is out of stock. So then what happens, sales department will put their requirement in this system. Okay, so we need this so and so product, this much quantity by this time. So production planning department will have access to the data entered by the sales department, and then they will start the planning activity immediately, and they will check the raw materials, inventory, raw material stock in the same system because they have access to the inventory department. Okay, and then immediately if they found any shortages, they will start procuring from the vendors. Okay, and vendors, once they supply the materials, they will load their invoices into this ERP system, which can be accessed by the finance department, and they will make the payment immediately. Okay, now the planning department, once all the raw materials are ready, everything is ready, shop floor team access the data of those, and then they will start the manufacturing activity. Once all these and as they have information, prior information to the uh, uh, planning activities, okay, requirements, then they will hire they will put their requirements in the system. Accordingly, that HR department will hire the labor, so there is no increase in the labor cost. And finally, once the product is manufactured, they will enter that information in the system, same system, which can be accessed by sales department, and then they will deliver the product to the customer. So this is how the process flow works with the centralized system ERP. So now here, basically the advantages are increased revenue and customer delight. Okay, you will be able to confirm to the customer immediately. Okay, and no data duplication. So as you have only one system, there is no requirement to maintain the data in multiple systems. Okay, and your labor cost decreases. Okay, and payments, you can make the payments on time, and there will not be any legal action. Okay, so these are the benefits of the centralized system. It eliminates duplication, discontinuity, and redundancy in data. Okay, provides information across departments in real time and better reporting system. So as you have a one system, all departments can access the data of the other departments in real time, and you have a better reporting system. Okay, provides control over various business processes. So now as you have a single system, you can have the control on all the business processes. Okay, it increases productivity, better inventory management, promotes quality and reduced material cost, and effective human resource management. So all these you can achieve if you have a single system called ERP. Reduced overheads and boost profits. Okay, better customer interaction, increased throughput, and improves customer satisfaction. So here you have a better customer interaction, you can have the increased outputs, and ultimately increase in the customer satisfaction. Okay, so now we will see what are the various ERP products in the market. Okay, so these are some of the ERP products in the market. Like first is SAP, Oracle, ban, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Marshall, Siebel, and Microsoft Dynamics. Okay, but among all these things, SAP is the number one ERP product in the market, and it holds more than 60% of the market share among all the ERPs. Okay, so now we will start with introduction to SAP. So here we will understand what is SAP. Okay, so SAP stands for, the full form of SAP is systems, applications, and products in data processing. That is a full form of SAP. Okay, the SAP system is a business software package designed to integrate all areas of a business. Okay, so that is the one we just discussed. All areas of the business: purchasing, finance, planning, production, warehouse, sales, maintenance, your customer service department, all those areas of their processes are integrated in a single system, the SAP. Okay, it is founded in Germany in 1972. Okay, it, as of now, there are around more than 10 million users are there, more than 30,000 installations have been done. Okay, and there are 1,000 partners are there, and they have come up with 21 industry solutions for various types of industries like chemical, pharma, automobile, okay, retail, okay, brewery industries, but those kind of industry, aviation, oil and gas. According to the type of industry, they have come up with 21 industry solutions. Okay, they have customers worldwide, mostly Fortune 500 organizations. All the large organizations in various various types of industries, they are using SAP already. Okay, SAP is the fourth largest software company in the world. It is the fourth largest software company. Okay, so these are some of the customers already using SAP. Fortune 500 organizations. If you see in automobiles, Audi. Okay, so those kind of things, and BMW. Okay, now in brewery, you see you get Honda. Okay, those kind of things. and what do you say, in pharma, Hindustan Unilever, Pfizer. Okay, so those kind of things, they are using SAP. And in brewer industries, you see Carlsberg, Heineken. So those kind of companies. Okay, so different types of industries, the large Fortune 500 organizations from different types of industries, they are already using SAP. They are running their businesses using SAP system. Okay, so as I explained, they have come up with they have 3 lakh, around more than 3 lakh 20,000 customers across the various sectors, and they have industry solutions for all types of industries. Okay, different types of industries, as I told earlier: automobile, uh, 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 chemical, pharmaceutical, okay, life sciences, retail, service industries. Okay, so those kind of industries, they have come up with their industry specific solutions. Okay, so the basic advantages of using is it will have an integrated solutions. So for all types of business processes, they have integrated solutions: purchasing, sales, manufacturing, finance, okay, inventory, for all those things. It is an open system. You can integrate with any other system. Okay, it will have the enterprise data model. All your enterprise units, everything will be mapped into the system. You can map it into the system, and you can manage the information according to your enterprise units. Okay, and it supports multinational, multi-currency, and it is designed for all types of businesses, the one which I explained. Okay, and any type of and it is suitable for large scale, mid scale, and small scale industries. And it has come up with comprehensive functionalities, all business processes, any type of business processes, you can map it into the system. Okay, so now we will this is the benefits of using SAP. SAP is suitable for any size of business, from small to large size companies. It is very simple and user friendly. Okay, and it has industry best practices and integrated solutions. All the solutions are integrated, and it is modular wise and customizable as per the company needs, as per the organization needs. You can customize the system. Okay, shorter implementation time. Nowadays it is the implementation time is in it is reduced, and you have industry specific solutions, and it supports all types of industries, and higher scalability. As your organization is increasing, growing, accordingly you can scale your system. Okay, so these are the advantages of using SAP. Okay, now there are two types of SAP modules. Basically in SAP, it will be modules. There will be functional modules, there will be technical modules. Functional modules will take care of the business processes. Technical modules will take care of the background programming, basically. Okay, backend programming. So the functional modules, these are the ones. For each business processes, you have the functional modules. Okay, for sales, it is sales and distribution. For sales activities, for purchasing and inventory, it is materials management. Okay, for planning, it is production planning and control. Okay, for quality, it is QM module. For engineering, it is PM, plan maintenance. Okay, for HR, it is human resources, but now it is handled with success factors. Okay, for FI, it is FI controlling. Okay, and also asset management, which takes care of assets. And there will be a project system, okay, which takes care of the new projects in the organization. And also they have industry specific solutions, IS. Okay, so these are all the functional modules. And you have also here customer service module. This customer service module has integration with all the modules. Actually, it is has integration with SD, MM, if require PP, and QM and PM. It is having integration with all the modules. Actually, your customer service module. We will be covering introduction to customer service module shortly. Okay, and whenever SAP is implemented, there will be the three types of systems will be there, which is called landscape. So whenever SAP is implemented, first you will do all the configuration, design, everything in the development system. Okay, this is the landscape. Once everything is designed, developed in the development system, once the initial testing is done, they will move all these things to quality system, QA system. Okay, here the what do you call, here you will have all the testing, the users, everybody will do the testing here. Once they are satisfied with all the design, configuration, build, everything, then they will move the changes to the production system. Production system is a live system where users will be doing, performing their day-to-day activities in this system. This is a live system, production system. Okay, so we will be covering this in detail in our subsequent topic. So basically, you have normally development system, then quality system, and then production system. This is the normal, typical landscape, SAP system landscape. Okay, then we will see the introduction to the customer service. Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So now we will be covering introduction to SAP customer service. So basically here we will understand what is customer service module is all about, what are the functionalities available, okay, and why the organizations implement customer service module, why they use customer service module basically. So those things we will understand here. So here we will have a high level overview of customer service module. Okay. So basically SAP customer service module is a module designed to manage after sales and customer services. So normally, once a manufacturing organization, once they produce the products, okay, they will sell the product to the customers. So after the product is sold to the customer, whatever we are doing after sales, so those comes under SAP customer service. Suppose let's say the customer is having some problem with the product, then you send the technician to the customer place for repair. Okay, or sometimes you ask, let's say the customer is having some problem with the product, then you say you return the product, we will repair at our place and then we will give it back to you. So all those kind of customer support, so those are handled in customer service. Okay, and sometimes you may have a contract with the customer that every year or after every 6 months I'll come to your place and I will do some servicing, planned servicing. Okay, suppose let's say in your let's say in the apartments you have a lift. Okay, when you purchase the lift you will have a contract with the your supplier. Okay, that there will be a service to the lift every year, annual maintenance contract. So those kind of activities whatever you do post sales, those things, those are handled in customer service. Okay, so from handling service requests and notifications to tracking customer interactions and costs, SAP CS is equipped with a comprehensive set of functionalities to drive customer satisfaction and optimize service management. So basically, whatever uh, the functionalities offered in the customer service module. So basically, you can have the interaction with your customer, handling his requests, okay, and you manage them with the notifications, and ultimately at the end of the day you have to ensure that your customer is satisfied, and you have the proper service management for the customer. That is the ultimate goal of using customer service module. Okay, so SAP customer service module, basically it's a powerful solution, streamlines and automates various business processes, okay, allowing companies to efficiently manage their service contracts, service orders, periodic billing service agreements, and the master data. So basically, in the customer service module, you can manage all your service contracts with the customer. You can manage your service orders. Okay, whenever the equipment at the customer's place, the product at the customer place is having some issue, you manage them with notifications and orders and the periodic service agreements. All those things you will manage in the customer service module. Okay, the SAP CS enables efficient processing of service related tasks and enhancing the overall customer service experience. So basically you will handle all the service related activities, okay, and ensure that you have the overall customer service satisfaction basically. Okay. Somebody is not unmute. Please be unmute. Please be unmute. Okay. So now the basically the SAP customer service module is basically external one basically. Okay. So there are whenever a company any manufacturing organization is doing manufacturing activities, they need machinery to produce the products. They need machinery. Okay. So if those machinery or equipment is having any problem, the internal team will take care of those activities normally. Okay, so that is comes under plant maintenance. So you are taking care of your internal machinery, okay, in-house machinery which are used for producing the products. Now this customer service module basically takes care of the external activities. Once you sell the product to the customer, whatever the service activities you do, you repair activities or service activities you do, that is taken care by customer service model. It is basically external basically. Okay. So now what are the functionalities available in customer service module? Okay, so this component supports you when representing, managing and processing of all services that you provide to your customers. So basically SAP service module takes care of all the services you provide to your end customers. Once you sell your product to the customers, whatever you do after the sales, those are handled in customer service. Okay. So what are the functionalities offered is structure and manage technical objects for which services should be performed. So basically here you manage all your products data which are at customer site. Even though the product is sold to the customer, still you will manage that product data in your system, to which customer it has been sold, okay, where it is located in customer place, where it is exactly located, okay, when it is sold, okay, what is the serial number of that product. All that information you will store it in the system. Okay. Next, manage data for warranties and business partners. So now you might be knowing about warranty. Okay, whenever we sell the product to the customer, normally we will be giving some warranty to the customer, like first 1 year or first 5 years, based on the type of the product. So that information also you can maintain in the system warranty. So when we go to the subsequent topics, we will be discussing warranties in detail. We will create warranty and how it works, all those things we'll discuss. Then create service request. Okay, so when the customer complains about the product, then you create a service request and manage with that. How to do that we will see. Okay, plan and execute requested services. So after creating the service request, we will plan and execute the services activity like repair or annual maintenance service, all those things, and bill the cost that arise as a result of the services being executed. Okay, so once you do the service activity or repair activity, whatever, you normally bill it to the customer. If it is out of warranty, then you bill it to the customer. So that billing activity, everything we will see. Okay, monitor all monitor call processing in order to keep deadlines and agreed response time. So now once the customer give the request, you will monitor it and to watch the deadline. So when the customer give an request, he will give a deadline to us that you repair this product by this date. Okay, so the deadlines and everything we will be able to monitor the system. So these are all the functionalities which we can handle using customer service model basically. Okay. So now the business processes which we are going to cover in our subsequent sections, basically these are the ones. First is help desk. Help desk means whenever customer is having an issue, he will report to us. He will report to us. Suppose let's say in your house, let's say the refrigerator is not working. Let's say the refrigerator is belong to some Samsung. So now what you will do? You will call the customer care, Samsung customer care. Then they will receive the note. They will receive your call, and they will ask some information like what is the product model, what is the serial number, when it is purchased. Okay, all that information they will ask. So that how to handle that in the system. So the customer interaction center help desk person will receive the call, and he will gather all the product information, and then he will enter in that in the system. So that is help desk. So how to do that in the system we will understand. Next business process is assembly of technical objects. Okay, so normally sometimes what happens is you sell the product to the customer, then you have to send the technician to the customer place for the installation, assembly installation. Okay, suppose let's say you purchase a television. Okay, so when you purchase a television, first the product is sent to the customer place, your place, and then they will send a technician for the installation activity. So that how to handle in the system we will see. Next one, dispatch of spare parts. So normally, suppose let's say you sold a product to the customer. After some time, customer says, "I need this spare parts. I'll do repair activities myself." Then you have to dispatch, sell the spare parts to the customer. So that activity, how to do in the system, we will understand. Okay. Next, repairs by field service technician. This is the actual repair activity. So you sold a product to the customer. Customer after some time having a problem with the product, issue with the product, then he will complain to us. Then you will send a service technician to the customer place, and then he does the repair activity. Okay, so this is called repairs by field service technician. This is also called as on-site repair. On-site repair. The customer repairs the product at the customer place itself. On-site repair. They will also called as field service. Okay, next one, repairs in the service center. This is called in-house repair. That means customer is having some issue with the product, then you tell the customer, you return the product to my place. Okay, then customer returns the product, and then you repair at the customer place, sorry, at our place, and then you will return back the product. Suppose let's say you take the case of mobile phone. Suppose let's say you are having a mobile phone, let's say you have Apple iPhone. Suddenly Apple iPhone is having some issue. Okay, you call the customer care, then they say you go to the nearest Apple center. Okay, and then you give it for repair. Okay, so that kind of thing comes under repairs in the service center. It is called as in-house repair. Okay, you ask the customer to return, you repair, and after repair activity, then you will return the product back to the customer. In-house repair. Okay, now the last one is regular inspection and preventive maintenance. This is like AMC, annual maintenance contract. Okay, AMC. Okay, so as I told earlier, the lift scenario, there is an apartment. Okay, there is a condo apartment, they purchased a lift, they need a lift, right? Apartment will have a lot of floors, so they need a lift. They purchase a lift from a manufacturer or supplier, and then during the purchase they will have a contract, like every year or after every 6 months you have to come and do the servicing of the lift. Okay, so that AMC, annual maintenance contract, will come under this one basically. Okay, so these are the business processes we will be covering in the customer service. So first we will start with the all the master data, technical objects, and after that we will go into all these business processes. Okay, so to handle all these business processes, basically what we are going to do in the system is we will create all those serviceable items, technical serviceable items in the system, like material master, product, okay, and then equipment with serial numbers. All those things we will do. Now then we will whenever this customer is having an issue, he will report to us. We will be creating the service notifications. Using that service notifications, we will create a service order to capture all the cost, service cost, all the materials, spare parts consumed, all the to capture all the labor activities, labor hours, service activities. Okay, and then we will be creating the sales orders also. This is a SD integration. Okay, where suppose let's say you ask the customer to return the product, so you need a sales order for that. Okay, and then finally billing. This is how the high level overview of service processing. Okay, and also we will be using service agreements. We will have contracts. Okay, then warranties. According to that, we will do the planning. Okay, and then we will be doing the scheduling activity, so that service orders or service notifications gets generated automatically once a particular due date deadline is reached for the service activity. We will cover this, and there will be we will be covering CIC, customer interaction center. Okay, so when the customer receives the when the when the person in the customer care receives the request from the customer, what he does, okay, what data he will input in the system, so that we will be covering. And also solution database. So this one, suppose let's say customer complains about a product with some reason. Let's say he complains about the product, like so and so thing is having the issue, then you will propose some solutions using the solution database. Okay, this we will cover. Okay, and then we will be covering information system. Information system is nothing but reporting, how to see all the notifications, how to see all the orders, okay, how to process them collectively. Okay, all those things we will be covering. Okay, so the previous one are all the business processes and how they are handled, what objects we will be using in the system to process those business processes, to handle those business processes. We have covered here technical objects, then the service processing function, service agreements in case of AMC, and we have CIC, customer interaction center, and solution database, and the information system. So in the subsequent classes we will be covering all these things in detail. Okay, so this is the introduction to customer service model. Okay.